I think just really just pushing the culture forward has always been a responsibility of like Queens artists. Just really just reinventing fresh. That's what I think everybody sets out to kind of do from the barrel. You know what I'm saying? And that's why, like, you know, if you look at Queens from just like a from an MC point of reference, you know, everybody's personality, you know, obviously there's parallels in lyricism, and you know we have a certain approach, especially like with punchlines. But then you have like you know, like you got somebody like LL, and then you have Mr. Cheeks. They make completely different music, but yet it's still there's a similar thread there. You know what I mean? Or you have like a Nicki, and then you have Run DMC. You know what I'm saying? You have me, and then you have, you know, you have the mob. You know what I'm saying? Like, so like we all have a similar thread, but we have, you know, obviously different approaches to how and that's because, you know, neighborhoods have, you know, traditionally in Queens all had their own section or their own culture. Like a Linden dude is different than a Queensbridge dude, and a South Side dude is different than a Hollis dude. You know what I mean? And that isn't just capsize the music. That's in all spheres. It just from dressing to, you know, from street action to everything. For the festival run, man, I think it's just like we literally just want the fans to like celebrate Phife's life. You know what I mean? So not to give away the show, but there's definitely like parts of the show that are just exclusively for Phife. You know what I'm saying? You know, we just want the fans to be able to interact because, you know, obviously like they rode with us for the funeral, for the release of the record, for the Grammy performance, and the SNL performance. So we just really want them to be able to, like, every time we, you know, just to celebrate, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, with everything happening in New York, you know, we didn't necessarily get to mourn with the fans in LA and San Francisco and so forth and so on. So we really just want to invite everybody out and just to come literally come kick it with us. Last time I saw him was we had a show with the Soul Rebels. Me, Jerobi, him, Havoc, and Raekwon all came out to perform like an improv set with the Soul Rebels. And you know, if you've heard the Tribe album, or if you choose to listen to it after this interview, if you listen to Mo Bias, then you know that he inspired my first couple bars via his intro on Keep It Thorough. So, you know, I obviously give him his rose right there on the spot. You know, I mean, that, you know, I've known the Mob since I was like 16, 17. It was like when Tip first started taking me to the studio. One of the first sessions that I attended was for the Infamous album. You know what I'm saying? So like I was like literally like 16 and asking Havoc, yo, can I get a bust down on your cigarette? And you know what I mean? Like it was just a completely different time. But so I've known them like since I was a teenager. So it's always been love. Like they've always supported everything that I did. So I was like really devastated when I seen, because I seen it on Instagram, and I was like, nah, this is not real. You know what I mean? But you know, such is life, man. From the Lord we come, to the Lord we return. I tweeted out about missing the show at the Apollo for the anniversary of Paid in Full. My sentiment, like I said, was like I felt like I missed essentially like a parent's silver anniversary, because that's how important that artwork is for the culture. The Paid in Full album, when it came out, I was probably about Caiden age. And the thing is, like, that album taught or explained New York in full, no pun intended. Because from that album, we got the WAP. From that album, we got Dapper Dan outfits. We had rope chains from that album. We had like Rakim, like when Rakim was rapping on that album, like he was like the first MC to be considered like the best. you know, or like the first, or with the best would now become the GOAT. You know what I'm saying? Because he like delivered from top to bottom at a tier of lyricism that hadn't been seen thus far. I think you know, this is my blessing right here. He, you know, I had a child later than, you know, than the average person would. Most people have children in their 20s, and I was like in my 30s when he was born, and so I can't look at life in a dated view because we have an age difference, and I don't want to ever, you know, like, so I don't pretend like I'm his age, but then at the same time, I don't ever want to be so far removed from what's going on that we can't relate to each other. You know what I'm saying? So, because this is my best friend, like I love him to death, you know what I mean? And we spend a lot of time together. You know, I think it's really important for both of us, you know what I'm saying? Like to really grow together, you know, because he's still growing. He's got adolescence and puberty to go through, and I want to be here for all of it. So, you know, so with music, you know, I have to have a wider peripheral than just, you know, I guess, you know, what you would say, golden age, golden era hip hop, because, you know, I don't ever want to not be able to vibe with him. And so he's growing up, so, you know, like, so I actually have to grow up again. When he was born, I would rap to him instead of singing lullabies. So I would like literally rap Spaceship to him. I would rap The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly to him. And so I started to see that he naturally just began to retain information the way that a rapper does. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I know the trait from living it. You know what I'm saying? We were at Q-Tip's studio, and Q-Tip was recording Abstract Radio for Apple Music, for Beats One. And he was like, Caiden, can you do a drop for me? And me and him was like, yeah, he'll do it. So then, like, they mic'd him up, everything, and he started doing takes. And from there, once he did that, and they sent it back to me, and I was like, just literally, like, I was in the park working out one day, and I had this record that I kind of was like on a gate about, and it came to me. I was like, this is you and him right here. And it was this record called That Dude. It's the first record that we did, and then actually came up with bars for me and him to go back and forth, and he nailed it. And you know, that video's been like on Revolt Father's Day specials, and it's crazy. That
was like the Father's Day song.
Right, you remember? Yeah, that was like the Father's Day song, right. I think it's definitely important just to interact with your child. You know what I mean? Because everybody can't rap, so I wouldn't want to say, yeah, well, figure out how to rap, and you know what I mean? I think the overview of everything with him in particular in our relationship is interaction. You know, if there's anything that I want to present to the world, it's just that we live in a different era where not including your child or deadbeat fathers or whatever, that's unacceptable. That's passe. That's a dated mindset. You know, there's nothing that should keep you from rearing your child and interacting, because that's what will raise their IQ and their, you know, and their viewpoint of the world. You know, there's been generations, especially with African Americans, where, you know, it's been excusable for men, for whatever circumstance that they have with a woman, to say, well, all right, this gives me the excuse of out or checking out. And, you know, you'll never know the full potential or the full damage that being an absentee father can have or not have, you know what I mean? So for me, that's a virtue as an African American man that I want to present to the world, that, you know, man, if you just take a little bit of time with your shorty might have a single like my shorty.
What do you want to tell people about We the Minions? Can you tell something to us about that song?
I wanted to make it, and I listened to it, and I said to my dad, I like this song, I like the beat, and then he said, we can do this at the studio.
Well, thank you. Can you make more songs for us? We want to hear more songs. Yeah?
You want to do a little bit of 1 2 1 2?
I did that already.
No, I'm saying rap it, like how you rap that Alexa party and the coach party. You want to rap it a little bit?
Huh?
Yeah, 1 2 1 2.
Why not, Daddy?
Cause it's just for you.
Pretty please? We want to hear it. We want to hear it. We like it.
Nice and loud too. 1 2 1 2.
1 2 1 2. I'm 4 with a 4 on 1K. So I'd rather have to play this
Instead of foreplay.
By the time 4th grade, I'ma have my own cereal.
Yeah.
Haters in my class
Don't wanna see a miracle.
That's why they're snitching like the end of Lowe's video.
Playing teacher's pet.
Got you looking mad pitiful. I say biblical. If we're being literal, since I had a babe,
The boy being lyrical.
Cut the imbiblical. Fresh out of pre-K.
Yeah.
Made my own scratch like I'm learning how to DJ. Girls in the PJ. Yeah, they know my name. Now we're born in PJ.
No more paper planes.
No, it ain't
Game.
I'm about to hustle. And they say I'm the youngest to touch a mic.
Alright.
I don't care what you suckers like.
It's Queens all day. Rest in peace to Uncle Phife.
That's amazing. Thank you so much, Caiden.
You're welcome.
That was great, man.
Yeah. So
What about Minion song?
we gonna let them know about everything. I ain't so tell them you got a million songs on Tidal, we got on Spotify. Like, go ahead. Yellow Diamonds video coming. Go ahead.
Push it. Let us know. Tell them.
You ready?
I thought rapping.
One thing at a time. So look, we got We the Minions online right now. Be available on Tidal, Spotify, Apple Music, all platforms. Pandora. Shout out to Pandora. Know what I mean? Jeff, what up? Yellow Diamonds will be available on every platform. Know what I mean? And you can catch Caiden and myself on
ABC.
Some come dread, yeah. On the Tribe Called Quest Festival Run Tour, we starting in Chicago on July 15th at the Pitchfork Festival. We will be in New York on July 30th at the Panorama to do the song. And definitely LA and New York, you will see Young Caiden from the Young Fresh crew.
In Disney World.
Right. Disneyland, Disney World. We're going to do it. Happy birthday to your mama, right? A birthday coming up, right? Yeah, so we're going to do what we do. So make sure you follow myself on Instagram. 1212 on Instagram at Cons TV. My Twitter is It's the Cons, ITSTHECONS, and Caiden's Instagram and Twitter is Caiden817. And you know what it is, the Cons full word, Caiden all day, it's Queens all day. Yo!
Happy birthday to everyone.
To everybody, right?